I must admit, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has me hooked. A little bit of backstory for me is that my last Call of Duty game before Black Ops 6 was Black Ops 3. Unless you count mobile. 4 months before Black Ops 6, my friend had me play Cold War with her, and I had a ton of fun. When I heard Black Ops 6 was going to be a sequel to Cold War, I couldn't wait. Now that it's out, I can say I easily love this game. Now maybe I'm some sort of simple-minded Black Ops shill, like whatever those rage baiters on YouTube like to say, but I don't care. This video is going to be over almost everything about this game, what I love, and what I hate. We are going to get the Godzilla-sized elephant out of the room now. Everything being online is abysmal. Absolute trash. Garbage. I was playing single-player zombies and would have to pause the game for 30 seconds at a time every few minutes because my game froze, but the server would still allow the zombies to move. So, if I didn't let the lag happen, I would go down and lose my runs. The worst part is, you can't pause the game to let the servers unfreeze if you're playing multiplayer. So when I was playing with my friends, I'd go down on late rounds, causing me to lose everything, or even worse, I would disconnect with the wonder weapons, making our runs even harder and practically impossible to finish the Easter egg. And don't get me started on the fact that the campaign has to be online as well. You know, the whole story-based thing that would constantly disconnect players just because the servers wanted to be all fucky. Yeah, how much fun. So now that that's out of the way, we can get on to the actual game. The first thing I want to talk about is the main hideout that you spend most of your campaign main menu in. The main hideout is a bit of a break room between your missions, and honestly, I love it a lot. The visuals are stunning, the character models look natural in their environment, the mansion is huge and has a bunch of rooms to explore, even doing tons of side quest stuff like finding and exploring an underground KGB bunker hidden with puzzles and torture rooms. What fun. The characters in this game feel so great, and the interactions you have with them is even better. You get the option to select dialogue paths with the characters, though you can usually just select every choice if you wanted to, and the lines always feel so fluid and real. It's always a pleasure to listen to the characters talk. The missions feel like tons of fun and are very, very fluid. Every step of the mission flows from one to another. I really enjoy the aspects of stealth and disguise, walking around political events to snoop and get evidence against someone for their eye to scan, to sneaking through a restaurant trying not to trigger an intense gunfight. The only grievances I've had with the mission so far is the fact that if you use a silenced pistol and take on an enemy in a completely empty room, your teammates will just go, "Oh, I guess we're blasting now," and start a huge gunfight that can take any mission from 10 minutes of sneaking to 20 minutes of hiding and shooting and hiding and running and shooting and hiding. Also, I get that I'm trying to kill a mob boss or break someone out from a government hold, but having 50 enemies endlessly blasting through a restaurant with barely any breathing room doesn't really feel that fun. I mean, unless you're into aim training, I guess. In the hideout, you could spend money you gained to make workshops and buy upgrades. Some upgrades, such as reduce flinching from being shot by 80%, are way worth the money, but then they're spending around $500 for increasing your armor you can hold without equipping from 2 to 5. So obviously there are some amazing upgrades and some upgrades that are barely worth calling them upgrades. Overall, I'd give the campaign an 8 out of 10. The missions are fun and enjoyable, but sometimes they feel way too overwhelming with gunfights for no reason other than let's put 1,000,000 enemies here. Somehow, it feels like almost every gun in this game is viable in normal gameplay. Sometimes you get 2-shot from the other side of the map with an SMG, for some reason. And other times you can get point blank someone with a sniper and the game will say, hit marker. So, as I said before, all perfectly balanced. No, but seriously, these maps are small enough to make SMGs and shotguns viable, while some are big enough for snipers to be viable. But I'll talk about the maps later. Honestly, equipment can be a lifesaver or absolutely useless depending on what you're doing. If you're sniping, nothing in the tacticals will be useful other than stims, but let's be honest, if someone sees you and you're sniping, you're either killing them immediately or they're killing you immediately. But if you're bull rushing with a shotgun or knife, smokes, concussions, flashes, etc. are a godsend. Perks are somehow one of the most useful things in this game. Being a sniper with a full perk setup of all blue perks gives you the recon bonus that lets you see enemies for 1 second as you respawn, and most maps are small enough that 1 second is enough to run up and find that enemy you were looking at. Rushing around, use Ninja, Engineer, Cold-Blooded, and Scavenger as a perk read wildcard. Field upgrades honestly feel more useless compared to the beta. In beta, some field upgrades felt like heaven. Sleeper Agent. But in the live game, they almost feel unneeded. Assault Pack and Trophy System are goated. Spring Mine, Scrambler, and Neurogas are alright. And the others are just okay to mid. Wildcards in this game are the most goated thing. Want to flashbang someone 3 times in a second? Use Tactical Expert. Want to run 2 pistol builds? For some reason, use Overkill. Want to kit your primary to the teeth? Gunfighter. Want to throw more grenades endlessly with no regard? Danger Close. Want to run 2 field upgrades, even though you could still only use 1 at a time, so you'd be better off just duplicating a build with a different field upgrade if you really wanted to? Prepper. Want to use 2 perks from the same perk selection? Perk Greed. There's always a perfect wildcard for anyone. The maps suck. They fucking suck. Now that I got that out of my system, let me explain. Not every map sucks, but most of them do. The reason is simple. They're tiny. They are absolutely minuscule. Some maps are described as big, and they are as small maps, and some small maps are literally 4 feet wide. I do like some of the small maps, like Boarhead or Stakeout, but I only like them for 1v1s or 2v2s. The best way to adapt to these small maps is to make something more fun. Add evil face emoji here showing I have something planned. Overall, I'd give multiplayer a 7 out of 10. Pretty good, but nothing special. Since we've already talked about these in the multiplayer section, I'll make this quick. Most weapons are just okay when it comes to gray to blue rarity and nothing else. Lethals are mostly useless, but tacticals are fantastic when it comes to doing standoffs during Easter egg steps, or if you need a moment to heal because you're about to go down. Meh. The mystery box, like in Cold War, is unfortunately useless. The only reason to even try to roll the box is if you have the Great Power or Wonder Bar Gobblegums, especially when you get the Wonder Weapons for free in both maps via the Easter eggs. And on top of that, you can just get the Ray Gun for free from like 5 separate Easter eggs on Liberty Falls. Gobblegums are back, and man, are they better than ever. The only downside to Gobblegums is that getting anything above the most common rarity, aka rare, is almost impossible unless you get a gum as a level up reward. Something I wish I knew is that you can get Gobblegums as a reward if you exfil at least round 16. So I've been told I've exfilled past round 16 numerous times and never been shown to give or get a Gobblegum as a reward. Perks are back, and honestly, I like the selection of perks we have. They all have their own purpose and can be mixed and matched based on your setup. The only perk I don't really enjoy is Melee Macchiato, which is a shame because when it was revealed, I was in love with it. Yes, augments can make it better, but if you haven't unlocked the Melee's augments yet, it's practically useless. And yes, I know it does increase your knife or baseball bat's damage as well, but not by practically enough. Augments are cool and amazing, but they're really annoying to grind. You can either glitch to be able to get the weapon player and augmented speed faster, but now has been completely patched out, or you have to grind it out while trying not to slip up and get unlucky in one corner. Field upgrades are back, and that's all I can really say about them. No, but seriously, they're okay. They could be amazing fallback when you need them, but I always find myself constantly forgetting they even exist. Ammo mods and weapon tiers are one and the same, using your scrap to increase your firepower and basically, bullet through superpower gambling. Increased weapon tiers can make your gun go from weak to powerful immediately. Ammo mods, on the other hand, are just fun. You're minding your own business and then boom, a void portal shows up and a group of zombies disappeared. Where did they go? Splat. Oh, there they go. Pack-a-Punch has 3 levels of punch packing back, and it's easier than ever to use. In Cold War, the Pack-a-Punch machine was where you bought upgrades and ammo mods, which meant that if you went to Panic Pack-a-Punch, you'd get stuck in a menu of selecting which Pack-a-Punch level you wanted, or if you wanted an ammo mod. Since ammo mods are now with weapon tiers and no longer with Pack-a-Punch, all you have to do is walk up to buy pack and increase your weapon's level, returning it back to the old smooth way of upgrading. But on top of that, Pack-a-Punch is instant. You don't have to put it in and wait for it to come back out like in Black Ops 2, 3, or any of the ones before that. You just press the button and immediately get it back. So this version of Pack-a-Punch is technically the best version of Pack-a-Punch we've ever had, in both quickness and efficiency. Liberty Falls is an amazing map. And even from when it released, I had hope. I liked the vibe, and I thought it looked really cool and exciting. But, of course, everyone on the internet has to doom post and hate on everything, and, oh, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is cooked, and, oh, it's gotta be so bad. But, come on. If you wanted to care, it looked okay, and it was missing a few things, but in the end, I thought it looked enjoyable. Now that it's here, and we get to play it ourselves, I love it. It's a fairly small map with a fairly simple Easter egg, and the mini Easter eggs that you find along the side are all fun and exciting to figure out. Overall, the map is just relaxing and enjoyable. Welcome to hell, inmate. I'm just kidding. Terminus isn't that bad. If it weren't for the fucking... Terminus is a giant island with a prison on top and a secret lab below, as well as small islands around the map that you can explore. Once again, the environment is amazing, truly beautiful, and simply just creative, dark, and everything zombies. The character interactions are funny and very, very enjoyable. The obvious animosity hanging in the air between characters like Peck and basically everyone else, including Maya, who doesn't really seem to like him either, is simply hilarious. The Easter egg is a bit trickier and harder than Liberty Falls, but it isn't super hard once you know the steps. Or once you get the semi-auto shotgun and then you just put it with, extended mag and hold left click against the boss and win. Overall, Zombies is, for me, an 8 out of 10. Zombies has always been a blast for me, and Black Ops 6 delivers just as well. Now that I've yapped long enough, that's my review of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, share it with a friend. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.